one. This will just be an audio because it is quite late or early. I don't know. What's 3:30 in the morning? Had a day about it yesterday. A friend of mine's birthday, so we cut it up yesterday. Had some fun, and so I'm on some like odd hours of sleep. So I thought I'd get on here and talk about a few things that I find interesting, and that would be the stoned ape theory, the theory of gravity, the theory of relativity, laws of the theories of the law of thermodynamics. Um, what the hell is going on with cauliflower? I want to talk about that. Are we living in a cauliflower realm? What else? I started watching the beginning of the John Levi video, and it just it's thinking of star forts and all that. Rehash this. Speaking of hash, I was trying to eat some hash browns, which I'm pretty sure can are potatoes, hash browns. Yeah, except for um, they weren't potatoes. They were made from cauliflower. Why is there cauliflower rice, cauliflower pizza dough? Like what's going on here? Like just when did we decide? Did we decide universally like that's what we're gonna do? Don't eat potatoes, eat cauliflower. I don't even like cauliflower. Like raw cauliflower is the fucking worst. It's trash. It's garbage. But cooked, that's fine. I don't mind it. Don't try to trick me. I look at the box, and on the box it says hash browns, and there's the picture of the things that appear to be hash browns. And then if you got to look a little closer, I figure read all the ingredients. And what do I see? Oh, there are no potatoes in here. What's the problem with potatoes? Who did we come together and be like, you know, no potatoes. They don't eat potatoes. Except it kept an entire civilization alive. Potatoes. I think you can pretty much get all the nutrients you need from sweet potatoes or yams and butter. I think you'd be pretty good with that. So Christopher Lee. So I want to talk a little further about that, and I want to talk about star forts and ancient technology in the buildings. Like, so if you think that we evolved from let's try to put this story together. And what I'll explain to you is it doesn't make any sense at all. It sounds fanciful and ridiculous, and you couldn't even put this into a children's book. They'd be like, "That's ridiculous." Except for there's a lot of what you'd consider highly intelligent and evolved beings that think. I don't know. I mean, do they think? I don't think they think. They think that uh, a fish is what they think. A fish flopped out of the water, grew legs, became a monkey, and the monkey with its hairy back and no facial hair and it's vegetarian, basically became you as a human due to eating mushrooms. Now, I will say that psilocybin and magical mushrooms are great, but I don't think that somehow were the fish eating the mushrooms too? No, I don't think. There must have been the sea moss they were eating that allowed them to grow feet and start breathing oxygen. Uh, so if you believe in evolution, as we've evolved to the point of, well, I guess the apes were like, hey, look at these, there's mushrooms, let's eat them, and then somehow evolved into what you are now, and then figured out uh, being sober as anything. Because sobriety is the way to go, right? Because this is what society will tell you, like, don't drink, don't smoke weed, don't do drugs, don't eat mushrooms, because you'll be dumb. But somehow we evolved through that. This is the proposition that they're putting in front of you. You just eat them. Have you eaten magical mushrooms? Have you ever consumed a large amount of psilocybin or any other drug for that matter? Now, I'm willing to bet because maybe I have ingested all sorts of different things. I'm willing to bet that when you did, there was nothing in you that made you like somehow more what is it like you're not going to go out and build a car, you're not going to build a rocket, you're going to build a rocket to go to the moon. Like, yeah, you'll be more creative and you can feel things more, and you'll be a more dynamic, and there'll be something that you'll learn there. You'll make some neurological connections in your brain that these synapses will start firing different, and music will sound better, and sex will feel more like incredible, and well, all the things that you'll heighten your senses for sure. Now, that's just fine, but it goes away after a little while, and you'll still have those memories and things, and it can be used to expand awareness and consciousness. It can be used recreationally for fun if you're into that stuff, right? But do you think that somewhere in there, someone is like, "Hey, let's um, let's build a rocket and go to that thing in the sky. It's the same size as the sun, and it doesn't look like an actual object. But no, it's 238,000 miles away. 238,000 miles away. It's it's exactly the same size as the sun, which is 93 million miles away. But here's this is the story. This is the story these people believe. But the story is, in the beginning, nothing nothing exploded and became everything that is in this kind of perfected order where there's a sun spinning and the earth is flying through the stratosphere, and the sun and the moon are the same size but completely different. uh you know 238,000 versus 93 million, same size though if you look inside in the sky, and they're both out during the day. But the moon, this is the story, this is what they want you to believe, and most people believe this shit. This is so stupid. You have to be a foolish. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with people. So there's a rock in outer space. We'll call it outer space. It's a rock. We'll call that moon rock. And it glows, except for it doesn't glow. It's a reflection of the sun. So it's a rock that reflects light from the sun, which is 93 million miles away on the opposite side of the earth. And it does that. Yeah, that makes sense because space is cold, but sunlight is hot, and it goes through outer space, which is freezing cold. I mean, this is what people believe. So there's the sun over there. It's 93 million miles away. The moon, it's you can go out during the daytime and see the moon in the sky with the sun. Sometimes it's half, sometimes it's full, sometimes it's a quarter, but it looks pretty see-through. It looks weird. It doesn't look like it could be landed upon. It doesn't appear as such. But these people have you believe that a bunch of fish flopped out of the water after everything exploded, but there was nothing there. It just was a bang. It just exploded, and then everything became the way it is with this really interesting dynamic proportion of a holographic reference of the body being like my feet and my hands. There's 5 fingers, and I can do all this, and I have eyeballs, and I can see, and apparently I have a brain and a mind, and I have ears, and I can taste things, and I have all these senses, and all these senses that came out of nothing are in this dynamic proportion to everything else in the world, like a flower of life, or like the golden mean, the golden ratio. Everything functions like that, but it was out of an explosion, and then a fish decided to grow legs and then become an ape and eat mushrooms and then fly to outer space on a spaceship A rocket and go to the moon with some tinfoil and then land on the moon, and then how did they get back and who was taking the pictures? And then the president of the country in 1960, so was it 63 or something? The technology, yeah, they just called the moon. Except you can't get cell phone to work if you're in certain places. That's how fast radio frequencies and sound waves and all that work. Oh wait, no, there's mathematics for that, which would deny 100% the possibility of having a radio frequency go all the way through the ionosphere and the stratosphere and all of this. Because there was a bunch of monkeys that took mushrooms that went to the moon that isn't a physical object, but was shining light out, reflecting it. Because rocks, as far as I know, 99% of them have no reflective quality, maybe a little bit, but not enough to shine up the evening, the moon, to kind of, it doesn't seem to be that, huh? And oh, and the sun, it's a giant ball of gas that is hot. It's really, 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 really hot. Let's forget this. It's the sun is super hot, but outer space is frigid cold. So how does that hot ball of gas exist there and go through frigid space and then get to where we are and give us heat and light and grow fruits? Why isn't outer space hot? But it's dark. It's also cold. It's cold and dark, except for there's a big ball of solar energy there. So why is it all dark out there? Wouldn't it be light and hot? And because as uh, heat from a source or light from a source, you look at a fire. What happens? It's hot closest. It's brightest closest, and as you get farther away, it would be colder and dimmer, right? So why isn't outer space all like filled up with that heat? But as soon as it gets here to whatever this spinning ball, this spinning rock through outer space, can you do these people really believe that? You have to be completely off of your rocker. You have to be insane. Like not even insane. You have to be you're cuckoo bird. You're and you tell your children that. You lie to them. You lie. You're a liar. You can't believe that. How can you even okay, so yeah, Santa Claus is real and we live on a fucking a ball flying through nowhere land. This is and on this realm here. So let's go further with the story. If you look around it, the older the building that you look at, the farther back you go, it seems as everything was a little bit more exquisite. The architecture, the size of things. How are these buildings, these older ones? Oh yeah, they just yeah. Hey, we're gonna have Michelangelo paint the ceiling, and we're gonna have the Sistine Chapel and all these churches and these giant buildings. And today, because we're evolving, but in the early 1900s, you didn't even know how a camera or a level worked, or you didn't have any cars. You're just kind of figuring that out. You were in a horse and buggy and all this, but and and your house was a shanty. It was like you're just like cutting trees down and sticking this together and like, oh, this is how that works. Yeah, but then but years ago, somehow in the 1700s, 1600s, 1500s, 1200s, build these giant castles, these giant monstrosities, these star forts everywhere, these pyramids. The engineering and the size of these things are incredible. Like literally, like how you like, oh well, we could probably do that today. We might be able to. Oh yeah, because they were just bored. There's a bunch of slaves around. There was a bunch of slaves, and the slaves were they were stupid because they weren't free, so they were slaves. They were so stupid they could figure out how to even design giant temples of worship, giant pyramids that were lined up specifically specifically with stars that are in the sky. I mean, give me a fucking break. You can't you can't tell people that. You have to stop that. That's stupid. These people are so lost. Man, motherfuck this that I'm telling you, dude. Listen. It's it's 2022. I'm guessing Gregorian calendar. Let's say it's what do you guys want to guess at? What's today's date? July 20th, is that right? Let's do it July 20th. Oh, it's the 17th. I was off by a little bit. And I'm apparently somewhere around in my early 40s, somewhere there, about the age of 365 times 43, and you could probably figure out about how old I am, how many days I've been wandering aimlessly through this realm that we live on. And I'm curious as how we've all got. I know I kind of took a little sidetrack there because I'm so overwhelmed. I'm so flabbergasted that people will continually uh like the amount of bullshit around us. Okay, the amount of completely unsubstantiated bullshit that we're told every day about what's healthy, what's good, what's real, what's not. We when did this whole thing with the that C word that I can't say on here because it will screw my channel up. You know what I'm talking about. That thing that's been going on. And then all of a sudden that stopped sort of, but then there was like, oh, there's Russia and there's this they're having fightings over there, and they got this thing going on, and all the stuff, and oh no, we got a new flag, and it's all this, and like what's going on here? People are still wearing, like, you never should have been wearing one. People are wearing masks again. I watched somebody in their car with the mask on. I watched someone today. Well, yesterday, I guess. So I watched someone yesterday uh, smoke a cigarette and have a and go in. They go walked into a place, bought a beer with a mask on, only to go outside to put the mask on, but then pull it down to smoke the cigarette, to put it back up, to then pull it down and drink a beer. what what is what is going on here? How are these people real? I mean, how much of a okay? Here's the simulacrum. Here's the simulation of Earth. I mean, I as far as I can tell, this is about as physical of a realm that I exist in. This is earthy right here. This is very Earth. Earth is what's beneath your feet. It's the soil. Here we are. Um, in my astral projection, my dreams, my lucid dreaming, my out of body experiences, I can levitate pretty easily. I can fly. I can do all sorts of things. And so one of my tests here is, can I just levitate off of the ground? And I'm going, I should be able to do this. This is just a dream, right? But yet here it is. It's solid. I can't quite levitate yet. So I'm saying this realm seems to be pretty real. Yet I'm looking at people that believe that we came from monkeys, went to the moon, and um, wear masks because of some boogity boogity spookity monster. It's a germ, which is a theory. Well, that again, it's a germ theory, and it's already been pretty much disproven. And here I can show you. I am physical proof right here, in all up in your fucking ear hole, all up in reality. I don't put the fucking masky thingy on. I do not get stabbed, and somehow, imagine this, because it's real. I'm talking to you right now. I have not got the thing that everybody else got. They got sick, and everyone that I know that got the sickiness, they all of them got the jabby stabby wounders. They just look at it. I got boosted too. Yeah, and how many times you've been sick? And I'm sitting here saying, without question, I'm not sick. I haven't been sick. And what am I advising you to do? Oh, you're crazy, dude. What do you mean? Drink distilled water? That's bad for you. Wh- you're telling me I can drink some alcohol and distilled water? You're telling me to drink urine? Pee pee. That's gross. You're nasty. And I was like, are you sure about that? Because I'm not sick. Look at me. I'm a look at this. I'm doing pretty okay. And you're sitting over there, hacking up a lung, bedridden for 10 to 15 days at a time, unable to because it's all broken. But you got that health. You got that health. I'm telling you what health is. I'm telling you what nutrition is. I'm telling you how the body functions. I'm telling you what foods work and why they're called signatures, the signs of nature. I'm telling you all about this. I'm telling you what you can consume to make yourself better suited for this, whatever this reality is. And you're telling me, no, I'm going to go to the doctor and they're going to prescribe to scribe you something before. They are scribing you something. And they're going to wear their white jacket because they're a priestcraft. So go ahead. See, they got their stethoscope, just like a cross. So put it around their neck. They're a priestcraft. They're going to they're gonna tell me, they're gonna write this, they're gonna scribble this on a piece of paper. I'm gonna go take this little white pill like a when you go to church and the priest sticks the wafer in your mouth. It's the same thing. And you're going to believe them, and that's going to make you healthy. Yet every single time I'm talking to you, like, oh, I'm bedridden. I'm sick for a couple days. I had a little cough. I had the flu. I had. I'm like, what? How is that happening to you? Well, I see. I'm healthier. They'll say I'm healthier than you because I've been sick 10 times this year, and I also well, how did that happen? Well, it wasn't because of all of the injections I was taking. It wasn't because of that. I just happened to be aging, and people get sick. I'm like, well, I uh, how come that didn't happen to me? I remember years ago when they did stab me, and my parents gave me that Munchausen's by proxy really hard and told me I was sick, and I was like not feeling well all the time. And I don't and that was a long time ago. That was like 20 plus years ago. And I don't remember the last time I've been very sick. I mean, yeah, I'll get a little coffee, a little, coffee in the throat. I'll be, maybe a day or two here and there, but I know why it happened. I'm sitting around hanging out, smoking fucking cigars and um, eating grilled cheese and scooping pounds of ice cream. Like I know why. But then I just go, oh, well, I'll stop doing that. And you know what? It was weird. I was healthier for having done that. You're like, oh, if you don't eat for a few days, you'll that's a problem, bruh. Word on anything. I went 43 days on distilled water. Well, it was spring water, but whatever. And can you do that? Well, yes, you can, but you won't. You won't even try it. You won't even try not eating for a couple days. Just try consuming liquid, see what happens. Watch all of the filth come out of you, out of your ass. No, but it can't possibly be healthy to drink ultra plasma filtrate, ultra filtrate, whatever, however wait, it's that's what they call it. That's called PP. That's your purified, cleansed blood plasma. But no, don't do that. Saying no, don't do that. What we can do instead is I can offer you this thing that comes from pig's blood, from a laboratory, a laboratory. I'm gonna give you this pig's blood, but don't worry about it because it has all of these chemicals in it that we're not even going to share with you. But if you want to take a look at it, here's all the things in here. It's all written in a dead language, dead script called Latin. But you don't know how Latin works, do you? You speak what? You speak English. I speak American. What's up, Unsons? What's up, Matthew? I see you guys in there. Just rambling on about the hilarity of the world. You know what I'm saying? Ain't it kind of goofy out there? Ain't it a little goofy? Like the the more that I interact with these humans, the more I'm convinced they don't even. It's like their computer system of their brain thing. It's all like malfunctioning or not. It's not, I mean, what are you doing? What's going on? What's really happening out there? Like how this society functions that from the least among us. Are you paying attention to these politicians? These people? Politics. Yeah, poly, many ticks. Yeah. What's a tick give you? Lyme disease? I mean, well, have you watched them and how they talk? Like how do people believe anything they say? How do you do that? There are people that hang on the words of these people that are into politics. And they go, well, they must know what's going on. No, I don't. They're professional psychopaths. They're professional sociopaths. They're professional liars. They're pathological lying. And look, let me explain magic to you in one way. If I say, "Hey, I have $1 billion. I'm happy. I'm healthy. I'm wise. I have all this stuff." If I say that and I project it, yeah, maybe right now, like as you see me right now, do I have $1 million in my pocket? No, absolutely not. But if I say it enough, it will somehow develop and manifest into some real shit, like realness that I'll get to experience. So saying to myself, yeah, I'm a billionaire. That's easy. I'm a trillionaire. I'm worth $369 trillion, American U.S. funds today. That's what I'm worth. That's great. And everyone should say, hey, I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm wise, I have money, whatever. Do that. Yeah, yeah. But for these politicians out here just talking all this weird stuff. You listen to the TV and what do they tell you? They tell you some fake stories about everything that's bad. When's the last time when's the last time you heard a good news story? When's the last time? Like what are they doing? What's the point? Let me explain something here. Let me explain reality to you. All right. I'm gonna get a drink, and then I'm gonna explain reality to you this way. Um, for everyone to be, for you to be happy doesn't require everyone else to be unhappy. Yet somehow these blood sucking, vampiric, ridiculous uh, taint sniffers out here, why do they think that their happiness relies on your unhappiness? It doesn't work that way. Everyone can be happy. The world is full of abundance. Have you walked around and seen all of it? Have you seen all of it? There's trees right there, and they're just existing. Have you talked to a dog lately, a wild animal? Have you talked to the ducks? Have you talked to any of these creatures that are undomesticated? They just out there existing. There's trees growing fruit everywhere, and that's not enough. Do you not have enough abundance that I have to? Hey, I got 10 trees in my yard. How much fruit can I possibly eat? I mean, have a fruit. There it is. It's on the tree. Eat it. What are you doing? What are you thinking? That you that I need to have that I need to have less so you can have more. Does that make you happy? Would you like more? Let me take away what you have so I have it. That's like when children grow up organically without too much of an influence from a parent, like being saying no all the time. A child will happily hand something to someone else. They'll happily give you what they have because that's what that is. That is the nature of what humans should be. But then they're taught this. I think the book is by Richard Dawkins, The Selfish Gene. I've not read it, but I think I could figure out what he's talking about. Was it Richard Dawkins? Yeah. No, you don't have selfish genes. What you have is an environment that uh, manipulates you into thinking as the child, right? This child that would just hand something to someone and share, and they would pet animals. They wouldn't try to eat them. You know what I'm saying? They would share things. Then they're taught that they live in not abundance. That they need mine. Give me. It's mine. And they want they'll clench their fists and say, I need this. They live in a state of um like I have to have this because if I don't have this, then but I might need this, right? Because your parents teach you that. Because if they need to have it, because if they don't have it, then look at these people over here. They have it. How come I don't have it? That's the Joneses over there. The Joneses got it. I don't got it. Fuck the Joneses. They teach you. It was a go read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Great book. Another book that I haven't read the whole thing of, but I'm pretty familiar with most of it. The simple idea is there's your two fathers, right? My two dads. They're going to teach you the state of mind of being rich and in abundance. Or you got the other dad that says, uh, fuck the people with money. They're all like this, and we don't have enough, and we need keep hold this, and we need this, and it's living in this state of like always clenching and needing for the we need it for the future, even though they're convinced they came from monkeys and they're going to die and go nowhere and lights go off and consciousness ceases to exist. uh, but why live that way? Why live in such a that mindset of it's not enough, I can't have it. Everyone else has it, so if I have something, I need to hold on to it. It's mine. It's taught. It's not a gene. It's no selfish gene. You're taught through your environment. It's easily provable. If I take some tomato seeds and I put it on the north side, the west side, the south side, and the east side of my home, well, maybe two of those plants grow and the other two do not. Why? Well, bunch of reasons. Maybe how much water goes over there, maybe how much sunshine, but also the soil is different. There's different different things in the soil over here than is over there. So it is terrain theory. It's terrain modification. It is it's it's not a gene. It's not that the seed doesn't work. And I'll prove you something further. If you plant a tomato seed, it will grow a tomato, right? It's not going to grow a banana. It will not. It will not grow you an orange. It will grow you a tomato. The only thing it can do is become a somewhat diseased tomato, an unperfected tomato, but it will never become a lemon, right? So how do we think that works? A dog will always produce a dog. It's not going to produce a cat, right? So how the hell do we think that a species of a fucking fish came out the water, grew some legs, became a monkey, ate some mushrooms, became you, went to the moon? I mean, what kind of dumb shit are people talking these days? A tomato produces a tomato. A human, whatever you think you are, that's you. I mean, maybe it's just me, dude. Maybe it's just me. I'm not too human like. I'm either a hybrid or a god. Pick one. What do you like? Maybe a hybridized god. But I don't know about how these humans think. What's up, Kabar? I can see you a little bit. Hmm. Am- I mean, do you think what I'm saying sounds so crazy? Is it so bizarre, or what I'm saying is so absolutely true, so real that you've been fooled your entire life to think that you're not what you are. Like that this whole world is somehow not, you're not standing in this world. You gotta, yeah, go to the moon, right? Because the moon seems habitable. Is there some habitation? Or go to Mars or something. I mean, I can explain to you what that really means. Mars certainly exists, and outer space exists. But do you think you're not standing on Earth? Do you think you're not here? Where do you think you are? What did we learn, like from these people that said in black and white film, some space dicks flying to fucking some place that doesn't exist, that is just basically a, oh, I don't know, it probably seems to be a map or a reflection or a camera of sorts of the Earth. That's what the moon seems like it's doing. I mean, it's it's kind of up there. It's kind of like right there. And if you're a seaman, if you're a captain of a ship and you're floating around in the ocean, don't you use don't they say to use the moon as kind of a, use the North Star and the moon, and you kind of, because it's going to be that, you know where the OB, you know where the North Star is. It's always right there. It doesn't move. Almost as if it's right there, not moving. I don't know if you got that part. Or are you pretty certain that you're sitting in this you're sitting on this ball and it's just spinning, and then that's spinning around the sun, which is spinning around the galaxy, going through the universe in some direction, that the Earth, this ball thing that you think you're on, is following that spinning, corkscrewing through everything. But somehow all of those other planets and things in the sky and all of these other stars out there, somehow they're working in perfect unison, which came out of an explosion from nothing. What, dude? For instance, you keep having flashbacks of where you could float and fly. Oh, I have those all the time. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's the good ones. I'm trying to do that. You know, it's funny. I walked into this store in this reality. Okay, I've explained to people before my astral realm and out of body and all, the other. It's this solid. It's this real. I get it, but I can do things in those realms that here I'm just, I know that I'm in this realm. I know that this exists. But how come I can't float and fly right now? Why is it so dense? And I was in the store the other day in this realm, not in a dream, and someone, a friend of mine, works there. He just goes, every time you come in here, you look like you're levitating. He just said that out of the blue. I was like, well, that's crazy. Oh, that's nuts, dude. I was like, maybe I am. Maybe it just seems like I'm walking. What's up, Steven? It's been a little bit, dog. How you been? Jumping on a pogo stick? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, what is this realm? I mean, it's it's interesting to me, and I know I can recall not being able to dream earlier in life. I remember not having that capacity, not lucid. I don't remember a lot of dreams when I was younger. I think I only remember one dream that I had ever, until I was into my later my elder years. Till I was in my 20s, I think. And then now I can dream, and I have vivid recollection and lucidity, and I have there's a density. I can read books in my dreams. I can talk to people. I can use telekinesis. I can fly, and it's just this real. It's this solid. Like, you hear this right here. I can do that I can pick something up. I can eat it. I can. It's just like this. And I know that other people don't have that level of awareness in their dreams. So I'm like, you just don't have that level of awareness here either. Like, you're not paying attention to what's happening here. What is happening? What is this? You're already in a spacesuit. Like your body is a spacesuit. I mean, isn't space all around you? You're walking through space right now. I mean, I don't know. You're probably not walking. You're probably just sitting there. I mean, I'm just sitting here. I'm aware right now of my feet on the ground that I would like to, and I'm very aware of my knees and my hands and my eyeballs and my ears. I can hear this. I can hear this fan over here. I can feel that. So yeah. You gotta be aware of the sensations that are all around you, your feelings, your senses. You know that you got your standard five, right? Five senses. You have way more than that, but I mean, okay, I'll give you seven senses. Have a normal five, then your six would be like that intuition. You just call it like a gut instinct, and then you have to have a sense of humor. You know, like what's funny? That to me, it should be so simple. But some people don't have a sense of humor. Like they don't laugh. I'm like, how are you literally a robot? Are you here? Are you existing on this earth? Are you an NPC? Are you a robot? Are we in Westworld right now? Like, what's going on? What's really good with you? Oh man. So, what time are we looking at? 4 o'clock. 4 a.m. And I'm wide awake because I took a nap. I came up to take a nap at 8 o'clock because I was like, oh, I'm kind of drunk right now. So I was like, I'm gonna go upstairs, take a quick nap. Got up and I was like, got up at like 9:30, and I was like, nope, just gonna call it a night. And woke up at like 12 something. And I was like, well, I guess I'm awake. I guess these are my office hours now. It works out for other people that are in different time zones, or there's a lot of people I know these days that have really interesting sleeping patterns. You know, you'd normally think that people go to bed around 10 o'clock. They wake up around 7 or 8 or whatever. They go and do their routines. But most of the people I know, they have really odd hours of sleeping and being awake. Like, mm, what is the purpose? What is the purpose of sleep? You want to try that one? Are you woke, dude? Are you awake, bro? Are you, bro? We out here awake, dude. I'm always aware. Like, okay, what is the purpose of sleep? Do you know what the purpose of sleep is? Should I explain this to you? Should I alleviate you from your tensions about what sleep is for, its purpose? You sleep for two reasons. One is to recharge and to heal your body. You basically, like when your phone it's not working properly, or like you've been using, you turn it off, you reset it, you restart it, you power it down, and then it works again. So it resets the settings. That's what sleeping is for your body. That's one thing, and the other is to give you um, a an inception of a secondary reality to test out ideas that you have. That's the size of it. One is to sleep, one is to recharge and reorganize your body, your physical body system, and the other is to work out ideas. And what are your dreams? Do you have any dreams? When people ask you, what are your dreams? Like most people say, oh, my dream is to win the lottery and be this, and but did you really dream that, or are you just saying that because that's what everybody says? Like, is that really your dream? Did you dream it? Or are you just saying you're thinking it? You just think it? Or did you actually dream it and feel it in the dream and then go, that's what I want? Like, if you're really, really honest with yourself, I know what you want. I know what you want. I'll tell you, it's pretty simple. Most people are unaware, but you should be aware. Most people want to be appreciated and loved. That's number one. And then you want like really, really like mind blowing orgasms from sex with probably the opposite or the complementary species. Yeah, that's pretty good right there. You want to be life, a comfortable life with lots of orgasms. Who would say no to that? There are literally people that think having an orgasm is a bad thing. But I thought that was what happened at the beginning of it was a big bang, dude. It was banging it out and boom, here you are. I mean, how how uh how anal retentive must somebody be to think that having an orgasm of the body, of the mind, of the spirits is a bad thing? Who? There's a lot of people, like a waspy Christian, like all these religious folk, these scientific folk that trying to figure out and dissect why things are what they are. No, just you're supposed to feel that. I mean, do people not feel things? Is that like the whole thing that like did I get I mean, in one way, I'm like, did I win the lottery? I get to feel things and be empathetic towards shit, and nobody else is, or I, do people really just not feel things, or are they denying the way they feel? That's a possibility too. Like you know what you feel, right? Or are you just sticking your feet in the water and just going, oh, I don't know. Hey, I'm gonna go get. I do know this. I'm gonna go get some ice and make myself a mixed drink. Yes, at 4 in the fucking morning. I'm gonna have a vodka and iced tea. What do you think about that? Oh, and if anybody wants to, if you didn't notice the screen, or if you're just listening in the background, there is a way um, you can say thank you to me. You know, if you want to, you can bless me with some coins, some tokens of appreciation. Along the bottom of the screen there, it should tell you how to do that. Cash App and PayPal and Venmo. TSAR capital XEN. That's me. You can send me some dollars, and that's very much appreciated because, um, yeah, you know, I still got to pay bills. Like, I mean, I'd like to make a little more money, but you know, I still got to pay for the phones and the roof and the foods and the alcohol and all this. This is a pretty cheap date. I don't require a lot, but it's also a friend of mine's birthday that we celebrated a little yesterday, and he wants to hang out tomorrow. So I feel like I have to buy him gifts. So if you guys want to help me do that, you don't know him, but he's pretty cool. Pretty cool guy. So you can do that. Oh, and if you need me for anything else, it says it in the bottom, the little ticker on the bottom. You see that thing? Isn't that cool? It also gives you my Instagram, so you can see dumb shit on there, and you can talk to me on there. Yes, it actually has a phone. It has a phone connected to the Instagrams, and you can shoot me a text, or you can use my email. It's all right there on the bottom. See? Oh, and my backup YouTube is an alchemist. What's up, Afro man? Where are we at there? Genetic meat suit. Yeah, that's right, Christopher. Instance, what are you talking about? Good morning, good evening, and good night. Yes. You're in the UK right now? Dude, I thought you went over to the UK? Or I thought you was in Alabama. Are you visiting? Afro, okay. Alan Watts he did a lecture on sleep as a spectrum of the human experience. Yeah, I think I mean, it's obviously if you're aware of it, it's part of it. You know, everything is experiential, right? Yeah, we got that, but I think it's somewhat of a separate. I think it's like because you separate. you separate your bodies, you separate your consciousness, you separate your awareness to somewhere else. Like if I know that I'm sleeping in the bed here and I can actually project myself somewhere else to a different space, time, a different space, a different time, or even just get out of body and just walk around the room. I know that my body is here, and I know that my spiritual body is basically like I can nothing affects me because I don't know if it's plasma, maybe one of your bodies is plasmic, but I could walk through walls. I could do all the things you can't do in this body. So it's somewhat separate in that way. It's like your meat suit, right? Is a containment vessel for your spirit. I am not a human. Wait, what did they say? I'm a spirit having a human experience. Yeah, I gave up on being human a while ago. Every once in a while, I have to do the human thing, kind of. But I gave that up. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Whatever this human shit is that people are doing, I'm all right with that. Like, yeah, I want to come to your restaurant, have snacks, and I want to drink the alcohol and the spirit with you, the spirit alcohol. Huh? I'll happily do that. I'll smoke that ganja with you. We'll bug out. Yeah, I want to do all that, but I don't want to do the other like the human shit that people are doing, which most of it is like so. It's like humans as they are more or less consumers. They just consume everything. It's an aspect. Yes, I consume things too. I get that. I participate. I see the difference is I feel like I'm participating with it. I don't go eat 3 meals a day because I need to eat. I go where I want to go because I feel like that would be a great experience to consume that. I don't just consume it mindlessly. Like even like this alcohol. I don't consume it mindlessly. I know what I'm doing and I enjoy the effect of it. I know whenever I go. Like if I go and eat a fillet of fish from McDonald's, I know exactly why I do it, and I know that it's probably it'll give me a sense of enjoyment, but it'll also probably give me give me the shits, dude. Give me some diarrhea, which I don't mind either. Come on, tell me, okay, would you would never give up the feeling of having a good dump? If they call them the dump chills, get that. You take a good healthy shit and you're like, yeah, yeah, that was all right. Yeah, I like that. It's like whenever you got to piss real bad, and you just that release. Oh, it's beautiful. Damn near orgasmic. Piss and shit and orgasm. It's not quite an orgasm, obviously, but you have to. It's when you experience something like you you know how and why and what you're doing. You participate with it. I think that's what I'm getting at is it's a participatory uh, connection with something. That's what you instead of just mindlessly, aimlessly consuming things. You do it with a type of intention. So you just talking shit, you didn't go anywhere. Only thing that can ruin a good dump is a faulty toilet. speaking of faulty toilets. Okay, so the little pool room downstairs at my domicile at this building here. There's two restrooms in there, and for whatever reason, so everybody, you could use either one. One says male, one says female, but like there's only one toilet in each one, so it doesn't really fucking matter. But women tend to go to the women's one, and men tend to go to the men's room. Same exact fucking room. But the women's room, there's for whatever reason, how don't people know this? There's there's the there's the toilet paper, right, which goes into the toilet. That's where it goes because it breaks down. You can flush it. And then there's the very hardy hand paper towels that are tan ones that are thick that you do not put in the toilet. Everyone knows this. Except for every time I go in there, somebody has thrown the when I go to whatever would be considered the female room, they throw paper towels in there, and the toilet doesn't flush very well. They've clogged the whole fucking thing up. Like what you pay rent here too. This is your house. They leave the light on and then they fucking throw, and it doesn't. Then then somebody shits in there and it doesn't flush. And so you can't just can't you just not put the paper towel into the toilet? I mean, what kind of how who taught you to do that? Which proves to me that uh, mindless mindless apes. There we go. They must have come from apes. Is that what we did? Is that what the gods did? We took apes and we turned the apes into. We said, okay, we'll make them a little smarter. We'll give them some of my genes and turn them into what was called the intervention theory. We'll turn them into our slave species and have them mine gold for us. What do you need gold for? I don't know. It's the spice, dude. Gold is spice. Kabar, would you give? Okay, here's the poop question. Let's do the poop and piss question. Okay, so you let's say you shit. Okay, I shit maybe once a day, depending on how many times I eat. I usually eat once a day, so I shit once a day. But for most people, they maybe shit a few more times than that. I don't know. I don't know what your bowel movements are like, but you shit less frequently than you urinate, right? So, but when you take a really good dump, it's awesome. It's incredible, right? And then when you piss, sometimes you have that like I'm completely I'm drunk, I'm super hydrated, and I gotta piss, and the piss feels so relieving. But you get that more often, but it's not as good. So do you give up? You never again get the feeling of the release from peeing really well. Would you give that up and you only get the poop feeling where you get like the spine tingles, or do you give up the poop feeling of the spine tingles to piss more often and have that kind of nice release? Which one do you take? You take only poop feeling or only peeing feeling? I don't divine. Divine shows up right when we get into the poop and pee talk. The poopy talk. I think that was Unson's fault because he said he was talking shit earlier. Oh, okay. What else we got to talk about? Did I cover what was the topic of the show? Did I cover everything? It was stars. We did the star forts, the stoned ape theory nonsense. We um, farted all over the realm. Okay, we got that. We got did I miss anything? Sometimes I forget what the title was. You get an hour into a talk and I'm like, well, what the hell was it? What was I talking about? Do I have a purpose here? All about that PP. You all about that PP? I don't know, man. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I think I would probably. Whew, I think I'd take the dump chills. But the dilemma with that is because I eat less, and in the future, as things progress here in our evolution, as a species or whatever we are, I will probably be taking less poops because you're supposed to go from you're supposed to go from a gross material food eater to a liquiditarian and then to a breatharian. That's kind of the evolution of the species, you humans. So if you guys want to figure it out, that's what you got to do. You give up the solid food items for the juicy stuff, and then you give up the juicy stuff for the prana of just breathing and eating sunshine, and that will put you into a state where, like, like right now, like I just put on a couple lbs, I got a little bigger, but I don't really eat. Like how would you think that someone would maintain their frame? Like I look good with my clothes off. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a decent build to me. Decent. Not I'm kind of on the skinny side. But how would that work if I'm not getting enough nutrition from food? And I just drink a lot of I don't know, what am I drinking these days? Got some iced tea, got lemonade. I've been drinking a lot of lemonade, getting a lot of sunshine. So how is that putting weight on me? How's that making my body more virile? Is that virile? Is that right? Like strong and sturdy. How's that happen? Oh, I'll tell you how. And as you evolve, you'll be require you require less of gross material food items. Like you don't require that for the nutrition. You get the nutrition just from the prana, just from the ether, just from the plasma, just from the sun rays, just from breathing. And then after that, you don't even need to breathe anymore. There'll be a point you don't even need to breathe. And you can prove it to yourself. Hold your breath right now. You just did. You didn't breathe. How long do you think you do that for? You could do that forever. Why you think some of these mummies and shit are? You don't need to breathe. They told you that in the Matrix. They told you. Said, what do you think that is, Neo? You think that's oxygen you're breathing? For instance, you saw someone that looked like me. Maybe it was. Hey, maybe it was me over there. Maybe I projected over to wherever you are. There's a very legitimate chance that's a real thing. That's. Did you ever read the book, The Autobiography of a Yogi? Um, Anybody read that? Well, they talk about it in one part of the book where Pranashama Yoginanda, that guy. Well, he meets his teacher as his this mystic, this yogi, this whatever you call these guys, and he meets him at a train station, and then proceeds to go to because what's happening is the yogi projects his secondary body to the train station to meet this dude, Pranaya Yogananda, that guy, however you say his name. To he meets him there in his second body, but he meets him in just like this, real time. There's his body, and then he tells him where to go, and he gets on the train and goes to his village and walks inside, and he walks inside, and he's sitting there in meditation. He's just sitting there, and he goes, I just saw you at the train station. How did you beat me here? How did you get here? He's like, I've been sitting here the whole time. I really don't doubt that. So I think the separation is whether or not uh, I'm that lucid during my astral projection or getting out of body. If I have to be that aware to know, you know, to go, oh yeah, that's right. Because I mean, I think there's plenty of people like, yo, I saw you in my dreams, or I saw you the other day. I was like, no, I've been right here. What are you talking about? I think that's definitely, it could be a doppelganger, but it could also have been me projecting myself there. You listen to Autodidactic? Yeah, I like him. He's cool. He's good stuff. Anybody see that the new John Levi video? John Levi popped off. He got like 200,000 subs at this point. He got I did not watch the whole video. That was part of that's a part of the reason I made this. I listened to the first 10 seconds and I was like, oh, I gotta address this too. Might as well. I'm just piggybacking a couple of his thoughts. He does not talk like me at all. Sometimes, but I like, oh man, I want to like, I don't know, I want to fucking give that guy a hug or something. You know, I feel like he just always sounds so. I, I don't know. He just sounds like not, slightly depressed or something. But like, is he all right? I think what he needs, I think he needs a chick to like stick her finger in his butt. You know what I mean? Like, I think he needs something. He just seems a little like a malaise. He doesn't seem like somebody that does. He just walks very slowly. But it's like, dude, fucking be happy about something. Laugh. Fucking go to a carnival. Go to a show. Shove some MDMA up your nose. I don't know. Do something. like I enjoy his voice, but I end up falling asleep sometimes. I literally fall asleep to his videos. It's only 20 minutes. I'm like, I'm taking a nap already. Like, damn, like what you're saying is important. Get a little, have some fucking gumption. Yeah, he's like too Hey, Kabar, melancholy is exact. Yeah, I guess I don't have the. I mean, yes, I can. Obviously, I can zen out, and I can give you my, the voice like this and talk with the ASMR, and I can be very calm. I sit very calm. I don't. Yeah, yeah. Okay, we good. Yeah, I got that. But like, no. There's so much going on. There's so much life to be had. Go, fucking participate with it. You know, I'm not saying to fucking drive 200 miles an hour and with your get on a motorcycle and your helmet off and just like fucking crash into like do. I'm not saying to be evil Knievel. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like there just seems to be. I think more people just need to interact with whatever the fuck this is. Like, have some fun. Say fuck. There was a woman last night that I was hanging out with 2 nights ago. Yeah, playing some music. It's older black lady, church going kind of, and she doesn't swear. I don't. I think she, like I said, because one of her friends looks over. Oh my god, I never heard you. She said something like fuck or something like she said something or shit or something. I don't remember what it was. And her friend was like, "Oh my god, you never swear." I was like, "You never do, really?" Like that was just. And she's like, "Nope, I do not curse." I do not. I was like, "Oh, dude, just." And I looked at her. I was like, "Dude, just say piss, say shit, say fuck, say cunt, say asshole, say just do it, just get it out of you." And he's like, "I can't do it." I was like, "Oh, I don't know, man. You gotta, you gotta. You should, have you ever tried to speak another language? You just like look at some words and go, what does this sound like if I just put all of these letters together? Just say something random. Like, oh no, I cannot put letters together that way because those ones are bad. Like, how can that be? How can that be bad? How can the utterances of what comes out of my mouth ever be anything but perfect? But yeah, of course, for you to understand what I'm saying, I should probably organize my ideas and thoughts into this thing that I'm saying, right? So you can understand it. But sometimes, you ever listen to someone sing in a different language? You don't understand them, but you definitely understand them. You don't understand them because you don't. I don't know French. I know I took French for a couple of years. I get some of the words, whatever. Un, deux, trois, quatre, cinq, six, sept, huit, neuf, dix. Un, deux, tres, quatorze. I can go through the numbers and all that, but when someone sings, I'm like, oh, that's sexy. That's I hear what you're saying. I can feel you. I vibe to that. But That doesn't make any sense to me. I can't. I'm not like. What did she say? Like the cherry blossoms on the tree were like something in the night sky. Like I don't fucking know. But I could tell what she was saying. I don't know. People just need to you need to play around more with language. It's like, okay, how about this? Can you draw something that's wrong? Can you draw me a shape that's wrong? Absolutely not. You can't. What shape is wrong? I don't know. Which one? What image is explicit? What I find very, very interesting is I think most people would agree that war and violence and things of that nature are somewhat not conducive to a healthy experience. The things that we see on TV all of the time. We see, ouch, my balls. Someone got kicked in the nuts. Somebody fell off this thing. Somebody shot somebody. Somebody hit somebody with something. So there's a violence everywhere, violence. And we would just we take that as normal. We take that as let's watch that. I'm gonna turn this TV on and there's gonna be some crazy fight scenes and everything's turn on the YouTube and I'll just see something completely ridiculous. And I don't mind seeing it. It's part of life. These things happen, but that's okay. But if Janet Jackson has a fake boobie pop out during this, like obviously on purpose, um, but that we can't. No, that's pornography. You cannot see boobies. You cannot see a butthole, a vagina, a penis. Oh, that's just crazy. Un- Unbelievable. That's that's obscene. That's crazy. I can't. Oh my God, I can't believe you'd see boobies and a penis. It's so gross. Like, what is this? But you'll watch all day long. You'll shove a fucking dead animal into your face. You'll consume it. You'll cut it. There'll be blood and guts and gore, and you turn your TV on, and it's dramatic, and it's this person smashes this thing and breaks this person, and that's okay. That's okay. We're okay with that. We'll take that. But the the human form of the physical body, the thing that everyone lives in, that's somehow obscene. They've told you that you're a sinner and you're obscene just by you being. But if your being is doing something like making somebody else feel good, that's no good. You can't do that. We can't. No. But if you're making somebody's day harder and you give them punch this and cut this and stab that, and that's okay. Y'all think that's okay. Divine, the modulation is off. So the sound of my phone. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do about that. For some reason, whatever's happened, I already made I already told the whatever this thing is, the stream yard, that whenever I cast through this, it screws up the sound sometimes. And I listened to my one of my other videos, so I don't know if it sounds good now to you guys. Yeah, it screws up the audio. Like why not just let it? Why have the filter, the compression, the module? Just let it work the way it always worked. It works on YouTube. What are you doing? What are you doing here? his modulation. Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, I thought you were saying the audio on here. Okay, I got you, Divine. Yeah, it said modulation, his modulation. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. He's so monotonous, and so it's comforting, but he needs like he needs something. He needs I don't know. Go fucking do some rails, bro. Do some blow. I don't know. Maybe he needs like a Some kind of substance. He sounds like he's always high, but I don't think he just, that's just his general being. I gotta work on that. I can't wait to be him. One of these days I'm gonna be him. I'm gonna hug this shit out of him. I'm gonna hug him right in his face. What's up, son? Anybody want to do a shot with me? Cool. I have a whole bunch, a shit ton of um, vodka left for tomorrow. It's already a good day. Oh, there's a new. I know this doesn't, none of this matters to me because you're not here, but you should come to ours sometimes. Sometime. There's a new bagel place, and right next to the bagel place, they just opened up a brewery. It just opened yesterday, and I went to go get a bagel. That's what I wanted, and the line was so long that I decided to go drink beer next door instead, and it's fabulous. It's called Skeetahawk. Skeetahawk. Yeah. Cool people. The brew. It's a brewery, and it's all like it's like you get to watch them do all the brewing right there behind. You kind of behind the scenes. It smells all delicious. So yeah, guys, come visit. Lots of cool breweries here, and great bagel. A great bagel place. All right, so what's up? Let's do a shot, and you guys got to give me a new subject to rant on about. I think I'll just talk myself to sleep because I would like to take a nap. You know, the times when you're awake, but you know you want to go to sleep. Like I know I want to sleep, but I'm just not fucking tired. So that's why I got on here, is hoping to talk myself to sleep. It's not working. I think what I'll do is if I get off of here and listen to John, I'll fall asleep in 10 minutes. I like to listen to him after I get up. So, because if I do it at night, like when he comes out the show, he's posts at like 1. And when he posts it, like if I post it, then I'm just gonna fall asleep. Shit, I missed the whole thing. We talk about not having a place to poop. Sun toke. But you don't have a place. Dude, you always have a place to poop. It's called your pants. Go ahead and poop in your pants, dude. I remember years ago I had a buddy. I forget who the fuck it was. Uh, but this is I think this is probably why I forgot who it was because I couldn't decipher his reality after this. He said, "Dude, I got so high on mushrooms." Okay, let's go back to the mushroom talk. Like, dude, I got so high on mushrooms. I took a shit and I just realized, yeah, man, this is fine. I can just shit my pants like a diaper, like not even like just shit his pants. And he's like, this, I'm fine with this. Somehow mushrooms and psychedelic experience are so good for like we're so intelligent. Goes back to the early that you guys missed the big part of that. It's a big part of the show talking about the stoned ape theory. Yeah, I'm just gonna shit my pants and then somehow think that's okay. And because that seems intelligent, as intelligent as designing a rocket ship to go in outer space and make yeah, that's probably not how that works. You took too much, man. You took too much. Fear and Loathing. Anybody seen Fear and Loathing? Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I think I probably watched that movie 50 or 60 times. I actually have a tattoo of Gonzo on my leg. My favorite tattoo. Yeah, I don't know about shit. Like how do people equate that? Eating psychedelics, great experience, awesome, mind expanding, all that. But equating that to like somehow creating and I don't know, did what? You couldn't engineer and design a car. It would end up not working. It wouldn't function because somehow shitting your pants is not like a smart thing. So, but if you shit your pants, mushrooms make you think that shitting your pants is a good idea. Hold on. Speaking of shitting my pants, oh, you go rip a fart, dude. How's it? How are you gonna be capable of engineering and building a car or a ship or anything? Doesn't yeah doesn't work. It doesn't work out. Who else is up in here? Kamar said, "Oh, since the things you say in your car, unnecessary roughness." Well, you guys gotta come through here. You gotta tell me, give me a subject here. I might just dip out of here. He pulled an all-nighter on She Legit. Yeah, She Legit is definitely for me. It's always been an upper. The first time I took She Legit, since you fucked up. What you smoked out or you drunk, or you just fucked up because it's just your general state of being. First time I took She Legit was funny enough. It was the first time I went. I went to one of those climbing places where you climb the walls. What the hell is that? Like rock climbing places. There was no rocks there. It was just the walls. And oh shit, I had. That's what I did. That's funny that I'm talking about this. I had a dream last night. Somebody wanted me to spot them on one of those things where you hold the rope so when they're climbing. Anyways, I took She Legit, and it was like I was like felt like I was high on cocaine. I took too much She Legit. I didn't realize how much you're supposed to take, and I took like probably 3 times as much as you should. And it's funny because I gave. So my friend was like, "What the fuck is this?" I was like, "That's supposed to be like minerals and stuff. I give you a little bit of energy." And we like both took it, and we looked at each other after like 10, 15 minutes, and I was like, "Yeah, that shit is pretty fucking like this is like." He's like, "Yep, this is way too." It's like a I don't know. It's definitely an upper. we ran up the wall basically. I never even went and been rock climbing before and ran up the wall. Instance, I knew somebody got to come through with that She Legit joke. Yeah, you're not sleeping with that stuff. I mean, are we really certain? Are we 100% certain that that's not just black tar heroin? What's up, barefoot Doctor Seafood Gen Sam? What are you doing? The last of our kind. Yeah. What is the Gorillas? Remember the Gorilla song, "Last Living Souls"? If you don't know it, look it up. It's an awesome song. Yeah. I don't know, man. I'm not sure. When you read the Bible and you get those people, there's 144,000 souls. I mean, maybe that's true. Are there really? Is that a thing? Like, is there's a possibility? I mean, I kind of lean on that a little bit, where I'm like, I don't think most people are real. I mean, I don't think they really exist. I think Westworld. I think Westworld is real, man. Is that, dude? It's just a show. It's just a TV show. It's not real, man. It's just make believe. It's just fiction. Like, I don't know, man, maybe not. The more and more you look around, the more you are definitely an automated system, and there's nothing about you that will ever change or improve. uh, like there's no capacity for like for me, I always feel like if I'm not learning something new or experiencing something or like every day, if I'm not advancing myself in some way, that I feel like what a waste of this thing that I got go whatever this shit is. I don't know. It's my life. It's my experience. It's all this. It's not reading something new or watching something new or having something and developing. You know, consciously growing. That I feel like wasteful, right? I'm like, what is the point? But I look at all these other people and I just go, you literally are the same thing you were yesterday, and you'll be the same thing tomorrow, and you'll be the same thing in 10 months, and you'll be the same thing in 5 years, and you're still going to be exactly the same. I am nothing. And I'm like, how is it that you're not morphing? I like the word morphing. I don't like to, and I'm not really into the idea so much. Maybe we evolve consciously. We're making steps forward to something. I don't know what it is. I don't think they're going anywhere. I think it's just kind of whatever growth is. I like the idea of growth and morphing, not really so much evolution. When you say morphing, what you're saying is you're just like changing shape. There's no good shape. There's no bad shape. There's no right shape. There's no wrong shape. You're just changing. You're changing the structure of the atoms. You're changing the structure of your mind. You're changing things, altering. It does not. It's not any better or any worse. It's just. Well, that's more possibilities. Two. Oh, where are we at here? Santo, you take two 750s. I don't know what that equates to. Is it like about a pea size. It gives you random boners. I don't even, dude. I don't even know. If I'm walking, no, I'm not just. I mean, you got different days. You got different dongs on different days. Sometimes you're like hanging kind of stout. Other days it's just chilling. I'm getting boners when I'm walking though. They say it's cow piss that's aged into the rocks. That could be it. Malleable. Malleable. Yeah, that's a good word. Morphing, altering, malleable. Yeah, I mean, do we really know that like what it is? Any substance that you get, are you 100% certain on what it is? You can be kind of certain, like why are all these little white pills that you get from the doctor? They're all little white pills, right? Basically, the only trust you have is like the effect, like, and so okay, this is definitely what that is. But other things, if it comes in a little capsule and it's like, oh, this is, are we sure that's what it is? Can you guarantee me that? What it's like that Tommy boy, you know. I could just sell you good brake pads, or I could shit in a box and mark it guaranteed. Mm. Well, everybody, speaking of shitting in the box and marking it guaranteed, um, I guarantee that you guys had a little bit of fun listening to this bullshit, and I'm gonna go to sleep at this point. I need a good hour of sleep before sun comes up. I gotta get into Delta recharge mode, and all of you remember, there's three rules here. One rule is look at the bottom of the screen, and if you want to, CashApp, PayPal, Venmo, all that shit that helps out. Number one rule though is it's your experience. Enjoy it. Go play around with people. Go feed a puppy. Go pet an antelope. Stick your pinky finger into your asshole and sniff it if you want. I don't know, whatever you're into. It's your experience. Number two, if you feel like you have gained some energy, some experiences, share that with people. If you share that currency with me, that's even better. And number three is be weird. But it's good to see everybody. I'm off to bed. I'm gonna listen to some John Levi and fall asleep in 5 minutes. So good to see everybody. Stay fucking weird, and we will talk soon. Peace out.